I'm Katie Clancy, Chief House Hawker for the Cape House at William Ravis.
And I'm Sarah Lapsley Martin of T. Martin Lapsley at Killing Grover Real Estate, and this is What's Good Cape Cod, where we show you the Cape through the eyes of a couple of locals.
Every week, we tell you about a person, a place, and a thing that we think you should know about.
So this week, we're talking about a local winemaker who's also a philanthropist, a historic penny candy store, and a spot where Dorothy and Toto made their big premiere.
All right, well, I'll start with our person. Our person is my friend, Joe Carr. And I'm really proud to be able to say that because Joe he's a lot of things, but he's a really generous, kind, good person above all. So he is a winemaker of some prestige.
Yes.
Joe Carr Wines, Josh Sellers. I know you've drank his wine, Sarah.
Yes. Delicious.
So and his wines are all over the world.
Yes.
And they're wonderful and they're affordable. They're not cheap, but they're like, within reach, which is nice.
Yep.
I've spent some time snuggling with a Reserva from time to time. Just
on your pillow. Yeah.
So, well, one of the things that I adore about Joe is that he cannot give enough. He has like a compulsion to give and to contribute and to have meaning and purpose like we all do. And the way he does it, I'm sure he does it, not locally too, but he's very involved locally in the community. In two particular instances where I have really gotten to witness his generosity was at the Arts Foundation of Cape Cod. He's very involved there, great donor. His wines were served at the Pops by the Sea last year. But the place where I really got to know Joe was a couple years ago, and when we lost Officer Gannon, and the whole community we were just all so devastated.
Devastated and heartbroken, yeah.
It just was such a horrible thing. Anyway, what I did I felt like I had to do something. So I said, I'm going to have a benefit. I'm going to do something. I'm going to have a fundraiser. I was doing these dog walks and I said, I'll have a dog walk. I'll get all my dog friends together. And we'll, because, Officer or Sergeant Gannon had, his canine was injured as well. And I said, well, we'll do something to benefit animals. That's what we'll do. And I got connected with actually someone who's going to be featured on our show another time, Joe Ambrosini, who is the head of the Cape and Islands Canine Relief Fund, which helps, so when these dogs retire, there's really no program for them. It's not like they don't get a pension and benefits like actual officers do. So someone's got to take this dog that's been trained to, like, in some cases, kill, to manage this dog, feed this dog, take care of it in its as it ages, and to their family. It's expensive. And so he raises money to support these dogs in their retirement. So I said, that's what we'll do. We'll do a benefit for that. Well, I didn't realize that Joe Carr was actually already a supporter of the Canine Relief Fund. And so when Joe Ambrosini asked him to help out, my God, that man showed up with like a box truck full of cases of wine.
Wow.
He came to the event, personally signed them and let us just sell them. He just gave them to the organization. We poured his wine and we also sold these signed bottles. And I thought, wow, that's an awesome guy. And then like the day before the event, now this is chaos. We put this huge event together in 3 weeks. The day before, and I'm trying to get all these logistics together. Joe goes, I'd like to make another donation. I'm like, okay, great, whatever, we'll make it work. He's like, I'd like to donate a dinner at CBI with 6 people, and my wine, I'll take care of it. We'll do it. It was like, okay. I'm like, fine. We write it in and we get it up there. And so the auction comes and it happens. And, we're all grieving. We're sad. My friends and colleagues and I have been working hard to put this event together. We're pretty tired. We may have had some Joe Carr wine.
Might have, yeah.
And so the bidding starts. Up goes my paddle. Up goes my paddle. I keep bidding on this dinner because I'm like, well, this is a great guy. I want to hang out with him. Because my husband's like, we're into it.
They cut it off.
Sold. We freaking won it.
That's awesome.
Number. So I ended up actually sharing
for
it.
For a good cause. Yeah.
It's for a good cause. Yeah. But I actually ended up sharing it with a colleague of mine. So, we all went to this dinner with Joe. He took us to the Chatham Bars Inn in a limo. They came and picked us all up at our houses, did a tour in cheese and wine at his house, saw his wine cellar, went to CBI, had a beautiful day. It was just awesome.
That's a cool, such a cool experience that not many people get to do.
Yeah, it was awesome. So Joe's just a good guy. I could go on forever, but he's just a good guy and he enjoys giving. And that I love. I just really respect that. All right. I'm sorry. So that's our person. What's our place this week?
So our place this week is the 1856 Country Store in Centerville. So I just love this store. It's really like stepping back into history, into time. And so it's on Main Street in the historic district in Centerville. It's known to most people as the penny candy store, but it is so much more than just penny candy. They have gifts, whether it be, jewelry, housewares, toys, and they honestly just have gifts that are unique. So whenever I need a gift, you can go in there, you can find it for whatever age range you're looking for. And there's, of course, a whole back room that has actually penny candy. So you can go, you can put it in the bag. Right now they're doing, you can order online and then pick up your penny candy. It's like a curbside pickup they do. So, people aren't wanting to go into the store, they can still get their candy. So it's been family owned right now since the 1970s. This family moved here in the 70s. They had 5 daughters. They all work together and run it. It is now, moved down the family, which is more the daughters are running it now, but they're doing a great job. And of course, there's history to this building. I mean, I thought because it was called the 1856 Country Store that's when it was built, which you would kind of assume.
Yeah, there's plenty of houses around here were built in.
No, in my research, I found out that it actually was built in 1840, and it was originally built to store cranberries after they harvest them. So they would store the cranberries there. And then a few years later, just 2 years later, Samuel and Moses Hallett, they turned it into a shoe store. So that was in 1942. And then 1842, excuse me. And in 1856, that's when it turned into like the general store. So,
okay. All right.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. And it's a red building. When you go by, it just has that, that charming feel to it that you
artists, it's been painted a million times by different artists.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's, it's also funny. It's not a place you would go to talk about politics, but outside there's the 2 benches. So one says Republican, one says Democrat. So I know people love relaxing on the benches, whatever side you decide, seat you decide to sit on. Don't talk about it, but it's, you can sit there and people take their pictures. And one of the really cool things that they did during the pandemic, I think it was maybe in April, when we were kind of all really hunkered down, they did a candy delivery. So you could message them with how many kids you have and your address, and they actually dropped off a little brown bag of candy, and my daughter was so excited. So it was just a great way to give back to the community. They didn't ask for anything in return, and it was a free thing that they did, and it was really.
I didn't know about that. That's awesome.
It was just something to brighten your day while we were all housebound, and to open your front door and have that little bag of candy. It was really sweet.
Oh, that is so cool. That's awesome.
And they did it themselves. The sisters, the owners went and delivered it all. I think they maybe did it over like 2 or so days, and it was just just a sweet gesture.
Just what a great thing to do at a time like this. That's good.
So definitely check them out. Get your candy and get your gifts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our place. What's our thing this week?
So our thing this week is the Cape Cinema. So another historic place, actually. So the Cape Cinema was founded in the 1930s, in 1930 actually, and it's located in Dennis Village. If you've gone by it, it actually looks like a church from the outside, and it has a real like Art Deco feel. It's amazing inside because they have a 6,400 square foot mural, and it's, you look up and it's on the ceiling, and it's the representation of the heavens and the constellation. So it's just breathtaking. I mean, I'm sure you can attest to it. It's stunning.
Very cool. Yeah, we went there last year to see Downton Abbey. Perfect place to see the Downton Abbey, because we're sitting in like squishy chairs, and you can look up and they can move the chairs around. You're literally sitting in armchairs watching a movie.
It's such a great spot. And just looking at that mural, you're just like, wow, where else are you going to see this in a cinema? And so I was, again, doing a little digging on them, and I didn't realize this, but one of their claims to fame is that they showed the world premiere of The Wizard of Oz in 1939. So they were one of only 3 test markets, which is crazy to me. So 1 out of 3 was in Dennis here. They showed it the day before the rest of the world saw it. And when you go in there, they actually have the poster like in the lobby right above the box office. So
Yep.
you can see the show poster. They show it now on the anniversary. You know, they show Wizard of Oz every year on the anniversary that when it was released. And it's just so cool that here on Cape Cod, one of the
It's
three.
right. I know. We keep doing this too, Sarah. We're like, I can't believe this is here on Cape Cod. Like, Cape Cod's a really cool place.
Exactly. So I don't, going through whether they're opening or not, they're doing some virtual screenings and things. So, just stay tuned and stay on top of them and see
They're
when.
always, yeah, even, COVID or not, they definitely live stream lots of things already.
Exactly.
But whether, how many people can go in there, or whatever, we just don't know yet at this point. So,
But it's just such a great landmark, and to have it on Cape Cod, it's something to check out.
yeah,
For sure.
it really is.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I think we gave you guys plenty of stuff to do and think about with our person, place, and thing this week. If you keep following us, before long, you'll know Cape Cod like we know Cape Cod.